Okay, everyone, welcome to Unit 4. This is the manners around the world. So if you're going to some different parts of Thailand, sometimes you find certain manners that may be different from where you are or where you're from. Like if you're from other provinces and you come to Thailand, some of the manners you feel like, oh, this is interesting. This is the way you used to. This is applied to internationally, to the, around the world actually, because when you go to different places, people do certain things differently. And sometimes for us, you seem as strange for you, but it's not strange for them. It's very common. So today we will learn a few things about different countries that related to manners and their belief. So why don't we have a look at the first one? The first one, we're talking about the listening skills, which is the part that we're focusing on. And then we have the reading skills too. So let's start with our first discussion. So I want you to talk about this. Do you think it is acceptable to do these 5 things around the world? Acceptable, the word acceptable means, is it okay? Is it all right to do that? Acceptable. So if you think yes, just put Y. If you think no, just put N. Let's start with number 1. Giving a firm shake hand. In the Philippines, is it acceptable, you think? Y or N? For us, we do Thai like Y, right? But for Philippines, they do shake hand. Of course, everyone is like, yeah, that's basic. Let's about number 2, burping after the meal in China, like this, burp, like in Thai. So burping like this. Do you think is it acceptable? Let me see. Give me your answer. Yes or no? Burping, it's okay. Have you ever burped before? Of course. Everyone say maybe no, Ming say, and Smile say yes, absolutely, teacher. So let me ask by Fern. By Fern, why do you think it's yes? Burping.
I think it is
Okay. Maybe we have some.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess it.
Okay, you just guessed it. Okay, what about Smile? Smile, talk to me. Why do you think burping is okay in China?
Because I think China people they're เขาเรียกว่าอะไรแบบว่าเหมือนเป็นธรรมเนียมในการแบบกินให้อร่อยหรือเปล่า
So it is like a custom when they want to show that the food's really good, they burp. I see. I heard that. I heard if they have to eat with very loud noise, like this. Yeah. So if it's louder, the louder the better, because that shows that the food is so yummy. Okay, so that's good. That's good. What about number 3? Everyone, think about this. Leaving the tips in Korea, is it okay? Is it acceptable? And I would say no. Somebody say no already. Okay, so what do you think? Leaving the tips in Korea, is it yes or no? I would say yes. My friend say no, Ming say yes. Okay, very good. So you guys just guess, because this one we just learned, okay? And Ming, why do you think it's yes?
I think it's common, like kind of give, like to say thank you
to the servers or to the service, good service. Yeah, very good. So I think when you like when you receive good service, sometimes you have to give them some gratitude, like give them a small tips. Now this is just for you guys. You guys just answer teacher Ode. Have you ever leave tipped to like the waiters and waitresses in the restaurant? If yes, what is your like, you know, common, like how much do you leave it, the tip on the table? So answer that, please. Let's see. Yes, and then you slash. Like for example, teacher might say, yes, 20 baht. That's it. Yeah. For me, just well, but it actually depends too, right? Depends on the amount. 20 baht for smile. Yeah. I would say around 20 baht. And have you ever, like, you know, if you have you ever noticed like your parents leave a big tip or small tips? Around 20, 30, 40s. I think that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Or even just like a Grab, like the Grab when they drop off your food. Really? Talk to me, please,
Yeah.
Oh, can I say that you are Maharaja? You are Sia.
No.
Tell me.
I'm always,
Say that again.
I'm always go to lounge or bar or sky bar. So then,
yeah. If they're like a fancy or high soul one, of course, the minimum tips that they will expect from you probably 100 or even 1,000 if like your bill or your tab is like really high, right? Yeah. So if when you leave, if you can, well, I don't know if you can answer or feel comfortable answer. If you leave the tip like about 1,000 baht, you think how much of the bill or the tab that you have to eat in order to leave 1,000 baht tip?
About 13,000.
Right. I told you, you are Maharaja. You're super rich. Yeah. What in the world eating 13,000 baht? It probably good wine or maybe lots of good people, like, you know, so many people like have party and drinks and alcohol and so on, especially in the very fine dining restaurants. Yeah, and times about 10 baht.
I was
say
like
that again.
in food review.
Oh, right. For good review. Yes. Thank you so much, for sharing. Awesome. Good. Thank you. I love it. So next, let's moving on. This one could be fast, okay? Showing the palm, opening the palm of the hand in Greece. Is it good or is it acceptable or is it not acceptable? Like if you go to Greece, like this, or you think it's good or bad? Acceptable or not acceptable? Put it in the chat box, please. Give me. Come on, guys. Yes. Ming say no. Just one. Come on. Give me 10 people. Everyone, just N or Y. Yes or no. All right. And then the next one, eating with your left hand in Kuwait. Yeah, my friend. Thank you, Ming. Thank you, my friend. Yes. Ooh, let me pull this class participation. So you guys have some good effort to try to answer. Well, when I pull this class participation, everyone is like, okay, teacher, it's worth talking to you. Okay, find it. I got it. Thank you, Ming. We got Smile, we got Bai Fern. Here we go. And then I've talked to Cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you. So, very good. Thank you so much, everyone. And Wintu, yeah, it's not bad time say. Now, let's learn some vocabulary. The first one, appropriate. Appropriate means, you know, you're doing the right thing. Is it suitable to certain situation? So we say that appropriate means เหมาะสม. Considerate actually mean เกรงใจ มีน้ำใจ or helpful. And next one, polite. Polite means สุภาพ. When you do something like you say yes, you say thank you, you say I'm sorry, and you're very humble, you're polite. Proper is very similar to appropriate. So proper, suitable, appropriate. Those are the three words that means, okay, เหมาะสม and last one is respectful. Respectful means you're really like respect certain people's like because they have a higher rank or they have good value that you respect them so much. So respectful means ที่น่าเคารพ okay. But when you look at this translation right here, it's very similar, and a lot of people mess up or mix up, which is okay. I do agree with you. Some of them are very like, they have very close meaning. So I don't mind if you make a mess or you make mistake. It's okay. As long as you understand how to use the word properly, then that's fine. Let's start with number one. Appropriate. Appropriate. How would you explain this in English? Appropriate. เหมาะสม. Which one is the better or the best meaning of this? A, behave it in the way that is socially correct. Could be, that sounds good. All right, and people say D. Yes, Shom. Yes, Ang. Yes, bad. That's good. What about number two? Considerate. Considerate means, kind. Did I say it? So considerate is Ming, you have good ears. Good, Fern. So that means kind and helpful. Now, these three, a lot of people have problems or mess up the meaning all the time. Let's see how you guys think about this. Number one, polite. So what do you think? What would be the good explanation of the word polite? Polite. E, Smile say E, Shouxing, yeah, and my friend says C. Oh no, C is probably the other way. Polite, E, bad too. Yeah, I personally prefer E, but they say A, behave in the way that is socially correct. So showing politeness to someone or something. A, behave in the way that's socially correct. Like crab or cat, would they expect something? They would say polite. It's fine. And proper is B, showing standard of behavior that is socially acceptable. So when you show that, okay, this is the way we're supposed to do, and then you do it, is proper. That's B. And last one is, they call it E, showing politeness to someone or something. So you respect, like for example, someone would be someone who's like elder one or parents or teachers, and something could be like Buddha God or some what or temples that you show respect, or even like the palace or the government office or something. Yeah. So D, E, A, B, C. Let's move on to the next one. Now, this is how it works. I'm going to play the audio track. Then you're going to listen to Max. Tom and Max, Tom will ask Max question. Max will answer the question. And you have to think, is it true or not true? Is it correct or is not correct? So Tom will ask the first one. Tom will ask something, and Max say it's true. And then Tom say, yes, that's right. That's correct. That's mean you put yes right here. Okay. All right. Let's listen to the first track together.
Hi, Tom. What are you reading?
Oh, hi, Max. I've just finished taking a quiz. Do you want to try?
Sure. Let's see how many I can answer.
Number 1. In the Philippines, it is respectful to give strong handshakes in business situations. What do you think?
I think it's true.
You're right. Let's see number 2. In China, it is polite to burp at the end of your meal.
I guess it's true.
You're right again. Now, number 3. In Korea, it is impolite to leave a tip at the restaurant.
I suppose it's false. Everybody loves a tip.
Oh, you're wrong here. When in Korea, do not leave a tip.
Right. -1 for me.
Okay, number 4. In Greece, showing the open palm of your hand is a proper way to greet people.
I think it's true. It's to show that you are open.
You're wrong again. In Greece, this is a very rude gesture.
Oh no.
All right, last one, my friend. In Kuwait, it is appropriate to eat with your left hand.
I know this one. It's false. Left hand is considered an unclean hand.
Correct. You got 3.
You got 3 out of 5, not bad. Okay, so you see that they're talking about those 5 questions that they've been taught to about, and then Tom says something correct and some say something's wrong. Let's find out if you can still remember. Number 1, he asks about the first one, which is the handshake in Philippines. He says it's true and it is the correct answer. What about number 2? Number 2 is about burping, right? It's about burping in China. Is it all right? Is it acceptable? And the answer is, Max say it's true, right? And it is the correct answer. You can say, yes, but thank you. You can say something like this, T/Y. Max said true, and this is the correct answer. Good. What about number 3? I think number 3, we're talking about the tips in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Tom asked, is it okay to leave the tips in Korea? And Tom say yes, but the answer is correct or not? The answer is yes, that's right. So they say yes, Max say false. Ron say false, and the answer is no. So he said, no, everyone wants to have a tip. They deserve it. And the answer is no, you cannot leave the tips because it's very impolite for them. All right, number 4, open palms. Open palms, is it okay? Max say, remember? Yes, because he say that it is okay. It shows that it's open, but the answer is no, not correct. Good job. They think that open palm is considered very rude. So when you go to that country, you say hi. You have to say hi. I don't know. What do you say? Hello. Something, I don't no idea. And then the last one, in Kuwait, can you use your left hand to eat? He said, no, right? He said, no, cannot. And the answer is yes, because it's considered unclean. Very good, John. Thank you, thank you. All right. Now, I want you to listen again, and this time pay attention to specific words that are blank right here. So what are they? What is he talking about? And what is the word, the missing word? So let me play this. Okay. Oops. It's hard to play.
Hi, Tom. What are you reading?
Oh, hi, Max. I've just finished taking a quiz. Do you want to try?
Sure. Let's see how many I can answer.
Number 1. In the Philippines, it is respectful to give strong handshakes in business situations.
Okay, what is the word right here? Listen for details. In the Philippines, it is, you can unmute or you can give me the answer in the chat box. Excellent, King. Thank you, Pooh. It is respectful. Good, bad, very nice.
What are you reading?
Oh,
Answer.
Number 1. In the Philippines, it is respectful to give strong
Good.
handshakes in business situations. What do you think?
I think it's true.
You're right. Let's see number 2. In China, it is polite to burp at the end of your meal.
It is blank to burp at the end of the meal. Okay. Good. Bad first and smile. Good. It is polite to burp at the end of the meal. Good. Next.
I guess it's true.
You're right again. Now, number 3. In Korea, it is impolite to leave a tip at the restaurant.
Oops. What's the word? It sounds similar. It sounds similar. Yes, that's right, Pooh. That's right. Okay, thank you, Sean and Cartoon. It is impolite to leave a tip at the restaurants. Good job. Next.
Suppose it's false. Everybody loves a tip.
Oh, you're wrong here. When in Korea, do not leave a tip.
Right. -1 for me.
Okay, number 4. In Greece, showing the open palm of your hand is a proper way to greet people.
I think it's true. It's to show that you are.
Okay, showing the palm of your hand is a. Did you get that? Yes, but proper and 28 by third, a proper way. Luigi 15. Good. Okay. Excellent. Proper way to greet people. And last one.
Open.
You're wrong again. In Greece, this is a very rude gesture.
Oh no.
All right, last one, my friend. In Kuwait, it is appropriate to eat with your left hand.
I know this one.
It is. How do you spell that? Okay, thank you, Pooh. Appropriate. Sean. Good. Bad. Jup Chang. Very good. Smile. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. Good job. It is appropriate to eat with your left hand. Well done. So a little bit of the language focus here. When you're talking about negative prefix, so what is prefix? The prefix is something or some particle that is put in front of the word and it changed the meaning. It changed the meaning, okay? So this is like, when you use un, dist, ill, in, on im, it means not, it means no. For example, appropriate becomes inappropriate because we put the prefix in front of appropriate. That means no, it's not right, it's not suitable. Polite, we use impolite. Pleasant, unpleasant. Considerate, inconsiderate. Proper, improper. And respectful to disrespectful. All right, now, guys, it's time to practice your pronunciation a little bit. Why don't you turn on your microphone and then just practice after teacher Oat? I will say appropriate, inappropriate, and then your turn. You can say appropriate and inappropriate. All right, so let's start. Everyone, ready to turn on your microphone? Let's go. Appropriate, inappropriate. Your turn.
appropriate,
Appropriate.
Very good. Polite, impolite.
polite,
Impolite.
Good. I heard the word polite. With is like polite. The polite means, very nice, and then your voice like polite. Be nice to teacher. Or number 3, pleasant, unpleasant. Your turn.
pleasant,
Unpleasant.
Very nice. That's much better. Considerate, inconsiderate. Your turn.
considerate,
Considerate.
Great job. Proper, improper. Your turn.
proper,
Improper.
Well done, guys. Last one. Respectful, disrespectful. Go.
Respectful.
Well done. All right, everyone, mute yourself. And now try to use some of these words right here. It could be the regular word right there, or, like a negative word, which is like inappropriate or impolite. And then put it onto these sentences, okay? In Thailand, and let me tell you this, there could be several answer or possible answer, so just kind of tell me what do you think it is. Oh, okay. In Thailand, it's blank to touch someone's head. It's blank to touch someone's head. It is? What do you think? It could be so many answers. Let me tell you this. Either way, why don't I give it a try? Why don't I ask Win? Win, can you answer question number 1 for me, please? In Thailand, is
impolite.
It is impolite, yes. Or it could mean like inappropriate or disrespectful. Yes. And Win, you're right too. Impolite is also correct, don't worry. Number 2, may I please have Tân? Tân, can you read and then try to answer the question, please? And then you guys can answer in the chat box if you like. Tân, go ahead.
When you do something
Culturally
wrong,
yes.
people might think that you're
Being
polite and
being polite. If you do something wrong, like culturally, you think people might think you are polite or impolite?
impolite.
Impolite. Okay, all right. That sounds fine. Or disrespectful. Good job. Next one, number 3. Could I please have Knight, number 10, please? Knight, go ahead. Read number 3 and think about your possible answer.
You should always be
Blank of others' culture.
of other people culture.
Yes, it could be on this side because this side is a good word. You should always be
Respectful.
I would say so. I would say so. Yeah, considerate and respectful. Thank you, Nai. Well done. Now let me try. Could I have Fern number 6, please? Fern, can you give it a try? Give it a go on this one. Question number 4.
In most Asian countries, when receiving a business card is
Blank to fold business card or write on it or put it in the bag without looking at it. So you have to look at the business card first. Otherwise, it will be. There's so many possible answers. Don't worry. So what do you say that again? It could mean something bad. I'll give you a hint. It's not good. Say that again.
unpleasant.
Could be unpleasant. It's unpleasant to fold. Okay, not bad. I would say if somebody gives the business card to you and then you just grab it and then just like, okay, put it right there. You don't even look at it. How do you feel? How do the other person feel? Or if Fern, you give your business card to Teacher Oat and Teacher Oat, okay, thank you. And then just put it in my pocket. And I don't even look at your business card. How would you feel?
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, you feel bad, like you feel like, oh my God, you don't even look at my position. So in that case, what would be a good word for you to try to put it in there? It's
disrespectful.
Okay, you can say, is disrespectful? Is, Impolite is inconsiderate. Good job. Thank you so much, Fern. Alrighty. So now let's give it a try. Think about more adjectives. So something else that you can put the negative prefix in front and make a sentence. For example, I might say happy, and then the prefix could be unhappy. And I would try to make a sentence. Unhappy people love to complain. And then I put it in the chat box. Unhappy people love to complain. That means, you know, they just like to say, yeah. Okay, so now it's your turn. Think about one adjective that you think we can put the prefix on, this, ill, in, or im in front of the adjective, and it becomes no, it's not. Anyone would like to try? I believe, and then I'll give you like maybe 1 minute to think about it and then put it in the chat box, and then I would just randomly ask you about your sentence. Okay, so 1 minute starts now. Let me pause. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We got really good example right here. We have number 1. It is impossible to predict. Oh, why don't I have Bat? Bat, go ahead and read your sentence. Bat?
Okay.
Can you unmute it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bat. Go ahead.
It is impossible to predict the future.
Excellent one. Excellent. Time, would you like to read your sentence, please?
ครับ
Yes.
ได้ยินใช่ไหมครับ
Yes, I heard it. Yes, no problem.
This pizza is ungreasy for me.
That's excellent. Ungreasy, that means it's not too oily for you. Well done. That is a really good vocabulary. Min, go ahead. Talk to me.
Taking midterm test makes me unhappy.
Oh, I'm sorry. You will do fine, Ming. Thank you. Hopefully you're doing well. And smile. Tell me your sentence.
She attitudes are unfriendly.
Yes. Okay. Her attitudes are unfriendly. Yeah, probably like a toxic one. And number 23, who is that again? I'm sorry. Let me see. 23. Pooh, go ahead.
He's disappeared in front of me.
Yeah, he's just like disappearing in front of me. That's a little bit of a verb, but it's good. I like it. You get the idea. Okay, great job, Pooh. Thank you. Well done. So moving on. So they have, you know, unhappy, disappeared, irresponsible, illegal, insecure, or immortal. Okay. All right. Now, next, we're going to focus on the reading part. Well done, everyone. So far, you're doing a really good job. Ha. This is going to be a little quiz for you. I have 3 countries, Egypt, Brazil, and Germany. These are the top 3 popular countries for tourists. But we need to have a little bit of knowledge, or, you know, you can guess based on the picture right here. Do you think these pictures belong to what country or which country? You can just unmute, and you can, if you like to put it in the chat box, you can put E as in Egypt, B as in Brazil, and G as in Germany. So you don't have to type the whole thing. Look at number 1. Number 1, oh, super easy. What is it? Number 1. Oh, yeah, that's right. Egypt. Next, number 2. Look at this. Thank you, by Fern. Yeah, that's right, guy. This is, thank you, Sal, too. And thank you, Bin, Brazil. Next one. If you know this, Right. Thank you. I'm Sean. Thank you, Win. Thank you, Bat. It's Germany. Now, beer. Cheer. Where is it still? That's right. Germany. Next one. Still more like a desert theme. What is this? The desert theme could be, all right, Egypt. Thank you first. Thank you, Nam. Next one, we have, whoa, nice carnival. People love it. And that is B, of course, which is the Brazil. Okay, well done. You get a sense of these three countries are very popular in their own ways. Now, let's find out some of the vocabulary first before we go into the reading part. The first one, significant. It means like, pretty important, very important. Awkward, like you feel unease. You feel like, not happy and unhappy. You feel a little bit of embarrassed and nervous and just like feel like awkward. Reserved if we're talking about someone who like don't express the feeling to other people. So when you are reserved, you feel like you want to hold your emotion and your feeling inside. You normally don't let other people know. Number 4, essential. Essential means necessary, something that is important to do. You cannot live without it. Okay. And number 5, sloppy. Sloppy means like you're baggy, you have a really good big clothes and it's very loose and things like that. That's called sloppy. Okay. Well, now let's go back to the exercise and have a look at this. You try to match the word with the meaning. Let's start with number 1, significant. What would be a good word for to explain the word significant? Let's go. What is it? What is it? That's right. Keep coming, keep coming. Thank you, Yi. Thank you. See? Which one? Which one? Significant. Significant. There are 2 important right here. We got important and important. Which one is essential and which one is significant? A little tricky here. That's better. Good job, guys. And thank you, Fern. It is, I would say, this one, E. Yes. Number 2, awkward. What is awkward? I feel awkward. Yeah, excellent. Good job. It is D, which is embarrassed and nervous. And C, I mean number 3, reserved. Reserved. Yes. Reserved D, are you sure? Yes, that's right. That's right. A, probably a better choice for you in this sense. Reserved, you don't want to show the feeling or your thought to other people. And number 4, essential. What about essential? Essential means correct. It means C, necessary, needed, or important. Great job. And number 5, sloppy. Like, I want to be like hip hop. Woohoo! And that is B. That's good. Loose, or baggy, or shapeless. All right. Now, let's move on to the next one. And, okay. Here is the reading part. Who has not talked to Teacher Oat? Like unmute and talk to Teacher Oat. Please consider putting your name in the chat box, and I will call your name to ask for, ask you guys to read it out. But if nobody is, willing to do it, somebody who already talked to Teacher Oat can still put your name in there, and I will give you some double tick. That means you have a higher chance for higher participation, class participation score. All right, so we're talking about the 3 countries that we mentioned earlier, and see how each country has different manners. So as a tourist or visitor in their country, you need to be aware and to really understand their culture. Okay, let's start. Who would like to put your name in the chat box to read the very first paragraph right now? Go ahead, put your name there. Thank you, Nam. Good. Nam 22. Let's go. From here to here. And then if I'm not, and then first, actually, not too many people. Why not Nam go ahead and take this first paragraph, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
People behave differently around the world. What is considered polite behavior in one country may be rude in another. Before you travel, you should learn about the customs of the country you visit. Egypt, Brazil, and Germany are popular countries to visit. Read on to find out more about some customs in these countries.
Well done, Nam. Thank you very much. Okay, one little thing you can to make it, because you sound perfect. I love it. That's good. And everything you pronounce is very clear. Only the second word, when it is in as a verb, we call it behave. Okay, behave. Can you try that?
Behave.
That's right. So it looks like behave. That's good. I mean, nothing's wrong with that. But we actually said that people behave differently. So can you try the first sentence one more time?
Yes. People behave differently around the world.
Thank you so much. That means they act or they do things differently. And sometimes one place is polite and one place is not polite. Like, can anyone give me some example? Can anyone like talk about the comparison between Thailand and other countries? Is fine too. Anyone would like to try? Let me see. Oh, where is it? You can raise your hand, or I can ask first. Can you give me some example of the behavior that in is okay to do and in the other country is not good to do because it's quite rude? First.
In Thailand, it is respectful for people to why each other.
Right, like this. But what about why in some other country? Do they think it's bad?
I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, so try something that we can see the contrast. Like for example, if you want to point at someone or point at something, in Thailand, we can use hands, right? But do you know that in America or some other European countries, sometimes they point using their feet or their foot? Do you know that first?
Oh, I don't even know that.
Yeah, right. So if I say, hey, like when I talk to my American friends, it's like, hey, where's my shoe, man? And they just use their feet and they point, hey, over there. And then they just kick it, like kick their foot right there. And I was like, okay. So for me, I understand this is different. But if it's like, imagine if my grandmother or my mother see that kind of behavior, they would say, oh my God, how come your friend is so rude? They don't even use the point, they use feet, because we associate foot with something that is the lower one, right? So thank you. Okay, first, let's go ahead and read Egypt, the first one. Egypt until can, please.
Egyptian society is organized by social class, family, and family honor, and are significant in this society. People tend to avoid socializing with people from a different class. Egyptians are expected to dress as well as they can.
Excellent. Thank you first. That's all, because I'm gonna leave the rest for time. Okay. The first one that first mentioned, they say that there are different classes. They're probably like, a high super rich one, and then a rich one, and a middle class, and probably a poor one, and a labor class and things. So they have this, organize it into these classes, and they give some good values to class, to family, and the family honor. and people don't wanna talk to people from different classes. Like, okay, the super rich one don't want to talk to the poor one. They try to avoid that, and they will really want to dress really well every time to impress others. Okay, time, go ahead. It is essentials until first, right here.
It is essential to make a good impression by wearing nice clothes. You should not wear sloppy clothes, as it may cause the people around you to feel awkward. People
Right.
shake hands with each other when they meet. Shake hands are not firm, but people shake hands cheerfully. If you are
Invited.
invited to
Yes.
someone home for a meal, you should bring good quality chocolates or sweet. Respect for elder is a must. Therefore, people greet
Greet the
greet
oldest.
the
Yes.
older people first.
Very good. Thank you so much, time. So besides they try to dress well, they say, oh, if it's a baggy one, if teacher or say, oh, it's a style, big size is a style. They say, no, 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 no. In Egypt, no, you gotta dress very nice. Otherwise, people don't want us walk with you because, oh, I don't want to walk to this guy because they just dress really badly. So I think it's quite, tense. It's quite serious. It's quite like, oh, and then people shake hand, but not firm, but cheerfully. When you say shake hand cheerfully, that means you're shake hand like, with smile and energetic and with enthusiasm. And when you're invited to have some lunch or dinner, you need to bring some good quality of chocolates or sweet. And also they respect the elder. If you come and then you see grandmother and your friends, you always say hello to your grandmother or to his or her grandmother first because they're the eldest one. Great job. Next one. In Brazil, I will have South and Om help me. South from social class to awkward, and Om from men shake hands to talking, please.
Brazil's social castes are most varied in Brazil. People dress according to their class in Brazilian society. You are expected to dress well and wear good quality accessories. Brazilian culture is a group culture. Avoiding anything to embarrass anyone. Criticizing Brazilian in front of others may cause problems for you. It will also make everyone feel awkward. Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Thank you so much. That's the new vocabulary that we just learned. That means so in Brazil, there are like the most value. So in Brazil, so social class is like even, more important than in Egypt. People always dressed according to their social class. Like if there's an ultra rich or super rich, they probably have diamond jewelries and things and gold, a lot of them in Brazil. If it's like a middle class or a poor one, they will probably dress normal, just like any other people. But in Brazilian, it's a culture group. That means they tend to go and do things in a big group. So don't try to embarrass anyone, like ha 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 ha, like laughing at other people because of their look or because what they say something is bad. Criticizing, oh, you're fat, or oh, I don't like your clothes. Those kind of criticizing will cause problem. People might feel really, really angry. And that will make other people or even that person feel awkward. Okay, what should I do? You're not supposed to say something like this in front of other people. Now, Om, go ahead, talk about how do we greet people?
Men shake hands firmly when they meet. Women kiss each other lightly on the cheek. Brazilians take time to greet each other. It may take a few minutes to ask each other about their health and their families. Therefore, It is not rude to interrupt someone when they are talking.
That's right. So the way they greet, they say, okay, you have to shake firmly for the man, just like you're strong. But for female, they just kiss on their cheek like the other person's cheeks lightly. Brazilian takes time. Takes time means they're just chill. They relax. They don't care about time. They have to talk about how they're doing, their health and the family. And it's okay if someone interrupting your conversation. Interrupt means ขัดจังหวะ. So they can say, and it's like when we're talking, they just come in and out during the conversation all the time. It's like, all right, okay. Thank you so much. Next one, Germany. In Germany, we will have by Fern to talk about this. And what about some other? Maybe one more person to help by Fern, please. By Fern, from people in German until possible. Let's go.
People in Germany tend to be reserved and a bit formal. Germans value their privacy, so it is bad manner to ask Germans about personal details such as age, income, and personal belief. It's important to be on time in Germany. If you have M15, you should arrive at 1:15 and not a minute after. Is it better to be 1 or 2 minutes early if possible?
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, in Germany, people tend to reserve. That means they don't like to talk or express a lot of feeling to the stranger. A little bit formal. But if they know that person well, of course, they're going to be feel relaxed and be themselves. They value their privacy. Don't ask the personal question. How much do you earn? How old are you? Are you married? Those kind of things, they would just put people's off because you guys just nosy. You guys just nosy and I don't like it. It's none of your business. So be careful when you go to Germany. Don't ask such questions. And the second part is you need to be on time. If you have an appointment or a meeting at 1:15, be there 1 or 2 minutes before. That's the custom. That's the way they behave or they do in Germany. All right, and thank you, Smile. From if you are until right away. Let's go.
If you are invited to take part in a meal in someone's home, arrive on time. Also, keep your elbows off the table at dinner. Shake hands with everyone, including children. You should send thank you notes if you receive a present or are invited to a meal. It is always essential to be neat and tidy. You are expected to clean up any mess you make right away.
Okay, well done. What a pretty voice. Thank you so much, Smile. So they say that when you go to other people's home on time, right? So this is part of the main first idea. Also, when you eat, the elbows, don't put it on the table, put it down. And when you shake hand with even with the kids. You can shake hand. You should send some thank you note when you get some personal gift or invited to go to the meal or dinner. And it's also you keep it nice and clean, neat and tidy. If you make a mess, ถ้าทำของรก make sure you tidy up. Make sure you do things like make sure that you put things back away right away. Okay, great job. Now, what would be a good title for this one? The trick is don't be too specific. Look at the big picture. All right. A, greeting in 3 different countries. B, manners in the 3 most visited country. Or C, how to be polite in Germany. Let's give me your answer in the chat box, please. A, B, or C? What would be the good title there? That's oh, Sal say A. All right. Anybody? First say B. Smile say B, Nam say B. Yeah, okay, we also say B. Cool, no problem. South is all right. Yes, they do talk about greeting in 3 different countries. There are more than that, right? Otherwise, we have to how to greet and things. They talk about greeting, just part of it, but not all. The all thing that we have, like a big picture or the big main idea, is about the manner. So I would say this should be B. Manners in the most visited country. Okay. Now, let's go to D. The exercise D is about how to answer this question, all right? Bas. Okay, why don't we do this? I have Bas, King, We, Menglak, Sun, Cartoon, Park, Earn, France, Kate, and Jin. If you like to answer any of this question, please let me know. Like for example, Bas can say, okay, teacher, Bas number 1. That means Bas would like to answer question number 1. So I try to give you some class participation as much as possible. But if it's take you too long, anyone can volunteer to answer, okay? So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Let's have a look and try to answer. And maybe I'll give you 1 minute first, and then you can put your name in the chat box, okay? All right. I will stop pausing for. All right. So, Gang, which question would you like to answer?
3.
Okay, 3. Gang, go ahead and tell me. Read the question and tell me your answer.
Which country value family most? Egypt.
Egypt, right? Why do you think so?
Because it's significant in their society.
Sure, very good. Thank you so much. Very good. And France, you're next. Which question would you like to answer?
Number 5.
Number 5, France. Go for it.
When you rewrite a gift in German, you should to send the thank you.
The thank you note, right?
Yeah.
I see. Thank you so much, France. All right, good job. Well done. Any others who would like to give it a try? If not, let me ask the rest of the group to answer or help teacher out. Number 1, how do you greet differently in 3 different countries? Is it in Egypt? What do we do? In Egypt, you remember? Do they? Okay, so let's hear. In Egypt, they use the firm shake hand. But if it's in Brazil, they shake hand like lightly and but like cheerfully, and women kiss on the cheek lightly. And then in German, they shake hand even with the children. Number 2, which country is the most formal and which is the least formal? What do you think? The most formal? They have like a social class and they don't try to associate with some other people from different class, and they try to dress the best. And the least one who's like, okay, take time. They don't want to, don't have to be on time. You can talk about some other thing first. What would be the most, in your opinion? You can put E as in Egypt, and then B, Brazil, or G, Germany. So give it a go, give it a try. Put it in the chat box, guys. Do you want, like, for example, the most formal, you think Brazil, and the most informal will go like this. Teacher will say B/G. Brazil is the most formal and least formal is German. Now, your turn. Think about it. Which country, based on from your understanding from your reading passage, what is it? Is it? Yeah? Try. Okay. Fern say Germany is the most formal and B is Brazil is the least formal. I actually agree with you, Fern. But they say in these they say that it is the Egypt is the most formal because they have a high social society ranking. But the least one is Brazil, which the Brazil is very obvious. But the most formal, we will we'll leave some room for negotiation. It's okay. Number 3, Egypt. Okay, can say that. And number 4, which is the all right to be late? Which country is all right to be late, and which country you must be on time? This one probably easy. Is it okay to be late? That is Brazil, right? And the on time one would be Germany. And last one, as France say, we need to send a thank you note to the host of the family or the friends who invited us to go to the meal or to get a gift or send us the gift. Okay. If you need this, I'll give you 5 seconds to screenshot or write down if you write fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Next, okay, this time I'm gonna group you guys. I'm gonna put you in the smaller groups, and then I would like you to find out about the situation in the reading passage and then compare with the Thai culture. Like for example, in Egypt, if you're invited to someone's home, you should bring some good quality of chocolate and sweet. But in Thailand, we can bring all food, beverage, drinks, fruits, any kind to the family, to someone's home, just to show that you want to be part of this party, okay? But before I ask you to think about this, I think we should talk about the final project first, and then after the final project, then we will go back and put you guys into the group, and then you guys can work on this and also talk about your final project too. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna talk about the final project first. This final project, we're going to form a group of 4 to 6 members. And then you are going to talk about the interesting manners, behaviors, cultures, rituals, and traditions that you've learned, okay? So share responsibilities among your group member, and then search from the website or some reliable sources to get some of this. And then try to write a script for your project. When you make a presentation, I like you to put it as in like a conversation or more like a role play, or even if a presentation is also fine. You must include the introduction, body, and the main content and the conclusion. You need to submit the script to Teacher Oat first, and Teacher Oat will give you some feedback. Then you revise and then make sure you get, because I want to make sure you get the higher score on that one, okay? And you have to write this first script and send it to me by February 7th. So in about maybe 1 week, you need to submit it. That's why I want you guys to form a group as soon as possible. 1 or 2 weeks, okay. Now the note, and this is very important, search any interesting cultural aspect that is not the same in the textbook. Like we're talking about the Brazil, Egypt and German and Thailand. No, do not use something about Thailand because we're Thai. And why do we need to learn about different Thailand custom? Talk about some other countries would be more interesting, and people can learn from you guys too. The presentation should be from different continents or from different countries. Okay. On the day that you're gonna present, you're gonna have to record the presentation. So basically, you don't have to present it live. You record your presentation based on the content, and then submit the video link. So you upload on your YouTube, put it as a list and then submit it to Teacher O. The length of the clip should be about 10 minutes, okay? And it should have, okay, introduction, body, and presentation, or even some demonstration or role play and conclusion. Each member should talk about 2 to 3 minutes. If you talk less than that, your score will be lower. And after you do that, we have the group reflection, just like last term, when you are going to reflect about your project. And this is more like a video as well, a video clip. You express your opinion, your feeling for about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? And then this will talk about how do you like this video presentation? What problems do you have during the phase of the project? Do you have strength and weakness of the presentation? What do you learn and what English skills do you think you can improve or you have improved from this final project? The due date assignment, the link should be submitted by March 7. The script is February 7. Give me 1 or 2 weeks to try to give you some feedback. And then, oh, your is March 8. And then your group reflection should be, every section will be on March 7. You can screenshot this if you like to make sure you have this on hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other one is the first one. And I will send it to you in the chat group too. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now, just to be clear, when you do your presentation that you record, I don't need PowerPoint presentation. This is not about presenting the PowerPoint. It's about you speaking English in front of the camera. So this is how it goes. If you want to have PowerPoint to use, you can use it, but you have to put it as in background. So you can do the background, like if you wanna have some like, for example, you can do something like this, and then you can add some of your things that you're talking about all related to your topic in the back. But I want to see your face, okay? But I want to see your face if you like, yeah. So if you say, okay, I have 2 or 3 slides, teacher, or what should I do? You can change the background, prepare the slide, make sure the thing doesn't, things that you want to show teacher, or, is on the side, not in the middle, because you'll be in the middle. Then you put it right there and say, okay, for example, okay, here is the custom number 1 of this X country. It is very, you have to be careful because you cannot do this and you cannot do that. Because if you do that, they consider it to be a very rude one. The reason is because they think that when you have a lot of this can mean that you are 1, 2, 3. And finally, remember, that if you're going to this country, make sure this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to the next person. Thank you. You get an idea, right? So you change the background as in the PowerPoint, or to use it as a PowerPoint, because I don't want to have your small face and then the PowerPoint with the big one. I don't care about PowerPoint. I care about how you communicate, how do you present it to me, all right? So any other questions that you want to ask about the final project? No? Okay, now I think it's time to get into small groups and then just, find the group right now, because you probably have to work on your script or talk about things that you need to search or get into online and search for information. All right, well, thank you very much, everyone.